Dear students, this is 11th zoology video class. 11th zoology video class, chapter 4, part 7. Chapter 4, part 7. Organ and organ systems in animals. Last video class, we have completed type study of earthworm. Then we have started next organisms, that is frog. The scientific name of frog is Rana hexadactyla. We have completed introduction part of Rana hexadactyla. Next we'll see the morphology of frog. Morphology structure of frog. So frog, the body of frog is streamlined body. Streamlined. That body is used to swim. What do you mean by streamlined? Streamlined means the frog body is arranged as a board shaped. That board shaped would only be called as streamlined body. It is dorsoventrally flattened and it is divisible into head and trunk. So here the body is covered by smooth, slimy skin loosely attached to the body wall. The skin is dark green on the dorsal side and ventral side pale color. The head is almost triangular in shape and has an apex which forms the snout. The mouth is present in the anterior end and can open widely. And external nostrils are present each side of the median line. Snouts are present. Eyes are large and project about the general surface of the body. And they lie behind the external nostrils. And they have thick, immovable upper eyelids and a third transparent eyelid called nictitating membrane. We find nictitating membrane. Yeah, this is what we call as a nictitating membrane. And this membrane protects the eye when frog is under water. A pair of tympanic membrane forms. You can find the tympanic membrane here. And you'll see the tympanic membrane. A pair of tympanic membrane forms the ear drum behind the eyes on either side. Frog has no external ears. Neck and tails are absent. The tongue bears a pair of forelimbs and pair of hind limbs. At the posterior end of the dorsal side, between hind limbs is the cloacal apertures. You can find here. This is what we call as a cloacal apertures. This is common open for the digestive as well as excretory and reproductive system. The cloacal apertures. The forelimbs are short, stumpy. Here, this is what the structure of forelimbs. You can find the forelimbs. It is a short, stumpy, and helps to bear the weight of the body. They are also helpful for landing of the frog after leaping. Each forelimbs consists of an upper arms, forearms, and a hand. Hand bears 4 digits. The next hind limbs are the large, long, consists of thigh, shank, and foot. Here, when the animal is at rest, the hind limbs are kept folded in the form of letter we call as a Z. Then there are sexual dimorphisms exhibited during breeding season. The a pair of male frog has a pair of vocal sac and a copulatory and nuchal pad on the ventral side of the first digits of each limbs. The vocal sacs and nuchal pad are absent in the female frogs. So that's all about the external morphology of the frog. And given the difference between frog and toad, you can go through. You have to learn this tabular column. Frog and toad, the tabular column you have to go through. They'll ask you 3 marks point of view. They'll ask you just go through this one. The next topic is the one anatomy, the digestive system of frog. Here, so this is the parts of anatomy. I'll tell you the parts which are present here. You can go through buccal cavity, esophagus, pharynx, liver, gallbladder, bile duct, ileum, stomach, pancreas, pancreatic duct, pyloric, constrictions, rectum, cloaca, urinary bladder. These are the parts are present in the frog of digestive system. The digestive system of frog, or we can say the alimentary canal of frog, consists of these are the parts whatever so far I told you. The mouth is wide open into the buccal cavity. On the floor of the buccal cavity lies a large muscular sticky tongue. If you see that tongue, it's a large one and sticky, seems to be paste-like structures. The tongue is attached to the front, in front and free behind. The free edge is forked. The free edge is the one forked. You can see the fork here like this. Okay, this is what the tongue of that frog. So when the front portions of the tongue is the one fork-like structures. Okay, then the floor of the buccal cavity lies a large muscular sticky. The tongue is attached in front and free behind. The free edge is forked. When the frog sights, sight means see, and insects, it flicks out its tongue and the insects gets glued to the sticky tongue. Here, a row of small and pointed maxillary teeth are there. Here, this is the maxillary teeth. Is found on the inner regions of the upper jaw. So there is another teeth we call as omarine teeth. Are also presence of two groups, one on each side of the internal nostrils. The lower jaw is devoid of teeth. Lower jaw, they do not have teeth. Lower jaw, they do not have teeth. Here, this is the omarine teeth. Are also present in two groups, one on each side of the internal nostrils. The lower jaw is devoid of teeth. The mouth opens into the buccal cavity and leads to esophagus through the pharynx. So esophagus is a short tube that opens to the stomach and continues at the intestines, rectum, and finally opens the outside by cloacal apertures. The next one is the one liver. We'll see the next part is the one liver. If you see, this is the structure of liver you can find in their textbook. It secretes bile which is stored in the gallbladder. And below that liver you can find pancreas. It is a digestive gland. Produce pancreatic juice containing digestive enzymes. The food is captured by bilobed tongue. Food is captured by bilobed tongue. Digestion of food takes place by the actions of hydrochloric acids and gastric juice secreted from the wall of the stomach. Here the partial digested food is called as a chyme and is passed from the stomach to the first part of the intestines, duodenum. Duodenum receives the biles from the gallbladder and pancreatic juice from the pancreas through the common bile duct. So biles emulsify fat. So bile is the one enzymes they secretes by liver. The bile emulsify fat, that bile juice they just digest the fat, and pancreatic juice digests the carbohydrate, protein, lipids. Just underline, if your textbook, take your textbook, just underline bile juice emulsify fats, underline important one word, and carbohydrate pancreatic juice digests the carbohydrates, proteins, and lipids. Final digestion takes place in the intestine. Then digested food is absorbed by the numerous finger-like fold inner walls called as a intestine, called villi and microvilli. The digested food particles will be absorbed by the wall of the intestines called as a villi and microvilli. The undigested solid waste moves into the rectum and passes out through the local apertures. The next topic is the one respiratory system. Next topic is the one respiratory system. Here I'll show you what is the respiratory system. This is small topics. Here, respiratory system. Frog respires on land and in the water by two different methods. This already you know. Frog can respire two methods. One is on land and another is on water. In water, skin act as aquatic respiratory organs. Skin act as aquatic respiratory organs, that is because of cutaneous respirations. Dissolved oxygen in the water gets exchanged through the skin by the diffusions. On land, the buccal cavity, skin, and lungs act as a respiratory organs. So in buccal respirations on land, the mouth remains permanently closed while the nostrils remain open. Just underline this one, buccal respirations on land. The mouth remains permanently closed while nostrils only remain open during buccal respirations. During when frog respire on land side, the floor of the buccal cavity is alternately raised and lowered. So air is drawn into the and expelled out of the buccal cavity repeatedly through the open nostrils. The respirations by lung is called as a pulmonary respiration. Underline this word. They'll ask you what is pulmonary respirations. The respiration which takes place by lungs is called as a pulmonary respirations. The lungs are the pair of elongated and pink colored sac of trunk regions. The lungs are a pair of elongated pink colored sac like structures present in the upper part of the trunk regions. Air enters through the nostrils into the buccal cavity and then into the lungs. During estivations and hibernations, the gaseous exchange takes place through the skin. Just underline what do you mean by estivations. Summer sleep we call as estivations. What do you mean by hibernations? Winter sleep we call as hibernation. Just underline. Estivation means summer sleep. During estivations and hibernation, gaseous exchange takes place through the skin. They'll ask you one word, important one word. Just underline again. I'm telling you, estivation means summer sleep. Hibernation means winter sleep. So that's all about the respiratory system. Today we have seen respiratory system of frog and digestive system of frog we have seen. Just go through today itself. If you are doubt, you can contact me. Just learn this diagram and just practice this diagram in your classwork. Okay, just go through this diagram today itself. Try to practice this diagram in your classwork and just write it as a point wise all the organs which are present. And also draw this diagram. This The buccal cavity of Rhinoxodactyla. Buccal cavity of Rhinoxodactyla. You have to draw this diagram. Important, important, important. If you have any doubt, you can contact me. Okay, bye. Take care.